The Republican Party is targeting a judge for impeachment after he decided to block Donald Trump's illegal order on deportations. On Saturday, Representative Brandon Gill of Texas, because of course it's Texas, went to X, because of course he did, saying that he'll be filing articles of impeachment against activist Judge James Boasberg this week. Why? Well, earlier in the day, Boasberg issued a nationwide temporary restraining order in response to legal groups that were challenging Trump's attempt to use something called the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. The Aliens Enemies Act. So, no, this doesn't have anything to do with literal aliens. Okay. No UFOs, unfortunately. No, this is a way for them to try to deport immigrants that they consider to be enemies of the United States. So now the judge, who was appointed to the district court in Washington, D.C. by former President Barack Obama, had ordered literal planes to turn in the air, deporting migrants to turn around. Donald Trump ignored that order, by the way, and claimed, see, the ruling, Boasberg's ruling, didn't actually apply because, whoops, planes are in international waters, which means we can't really order him to do anything. What? Now, Gill's post had garnered support from multiple other Republicans in the House of Representatives, as well as Chief Twit Elon Musk, who has endorsed GOP lawmakers' previous efforts to try to impeach other federal judges who have ruled against him and Trump's agenda. So this is what they're doing. They're basically trying lawfare. Okay. Now, Axios' reporting came after U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele said earlier on Sunday on X that despite Boasberg's order, hundreds of alleged members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua were sent to El Salvador, which the Trump administration would pay $6 million a year to imprison, according to the Associated Press. Also, sharing the post reporting on Boasberg's order, Bukele wrote, "Oopsie, too late," with an emoji crying from laughing. But, yeah, of course. So, Bukele, kind of like a Trump. Great. Gotta love that. Separately, the Salvadoran leader posted a video of the prisoner's arrival, which Rubio responded to, saying, "Thank you for your assistance and friendship, President Bukele." How do we know these people that were deported were actually members of a Venezuelan gang? Tren de Aragua, right? But we don't know. All you have to do, and this was thanks to one of Trump's executive orders, all you have to do is just be accused of a crime as an immigrant. And that is enough to be sent to apparently a foreign prison. I mean, this is absolute fascist dictator stuff going on here. Okay. And along with, of course, ignoring federal court orders. This is an illegal order. Okay. And by the way, the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 was most recently used to detain Japanese citizens during World War II. You know that whole stain on our collective memory of the United States, what the injustices that we did to Japanese people, but also Italians as well as Germans during that war. Yeah, Trump says, let's just do that again. But this time we're going to do it to Mexicans. We're going to do it to migrants. Now, in 1998, Congress had apologized and even provided reparations, and as a result of, the Japanese internment, right? It acknowledged that the policy was rooted in, quote, racial prejudice and wartime hysteria, not valid security concerns. Pretty sure that, 100 years from now, we're going to have to be apologizing for this one. Because once again, just like then, now it's racial prejudice. Look, bad. This is bad. Okay? And, I mean, you think that was bad enough, but now it's even worse because where's the war? There is no conflict here There is no actual war, but they're claiming it. And so, yeah, that's definitely an abuse that's going on here. Obviously, they should have repealed the act, but because they didn't, now it's being used to deport people based on their ancestry. That's it. Last year, the Brennan Center for Justice warned about this being used in this way. They wrote, Trump has promised to invoke the Alien Enemies Act and wield it as a supercharged deportation authority. Anti-immigration advocates believe that the law allows the president to bypass the substantive and procedural protections for non-citizens, such as the right to seek asylum. And they have sought to weaponize the Alien Enemies Act against immigrants from countries they dislike, particularly Mexico. Well, the Brennan Center for Justice was absolutely correct in making this prediction, because this is coming to pass. Now, they also had another warning, by the way, and this involved the courts. It is unclear whether the courts would intervene to stop such an abuse. In general, the courts are loath to second-guess the president's decision on sensitive foreign policy and national security measures, such as the appropriate application of wartime authorities. The last time the Alien Enemies Act was challenged, in Ludecky versus Watkins in 1948, the Supreme Court upheld President Harry S. Truman's extended reliance on the law 3 years after the end of World War II. The court reasoned that the question of when a war terminates and wartime authorities expire is, quote, too political for judicial resolution. So, yikes. Very, very yikes. Now here, you actually did have a judge that ruled against its usage for all that that did, okay? But now, if this ends up going to the Supreme Court, which they're hoping that it does, they're very, very confident that they're going to win here. And that Donald Trump will be given the ability to do this in peacetime, okay? And again, they're ignoring the judge's order. They're pretty confident about this. A senior White House official told Axios, quote, this is headed to the Supreme Court and we're going to win. Yeah, that really should worry everyone. And it's not just a win at the Supreme Court, by the way. They're also hoping that they're going to be allowed to remove Donald Trump, judges that disagree with Donald Trump, that rule against Donald Trump, regardless of whether or not that judge is ruling constitutionally. This is nothing more than a power grab and an attack on the judiciary, as well as anyone and everyone who dares to oppose him. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.